after so long, I may have found it. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much, but this game looks a lot like the life and suffering of Sir Brante. And I really hope it is, because that was the most fulfilled I've ever felt making gaming videos. So, this is called The Vigilante Diaries, an out-of-the-blue story. All right. Now, I know very little about this game. I know it's similar in structure. It's similar in gameplay. That's about it. Let's see what the heck is going to... Oh, and the full game is not released yet. This is only the demo. But hopefully, it should release this year. All right, we're going to start a new game. Override non-existent current progress. Yes, here we go. In the Vigilante Diaries, you won't always be able to make the decisions you want. In different moments, your decisions will be conditioned by both your previous choices in the game and the level of your statistics. Basically, the same thing as Sir Brante, which I'm so excited about. Therefore, an aggressiveness of +5 can be very helpful in combat, but it will mean a huge problem if you have to keep calm in a tense situation. Makes sense.
Last night was definitely a rough one. Yeah, I should write about it.
What should we name ourselves? I did not think about this. If this is going to be anything like Sir Brante, it needs to be really solid, because few things can beat Burp. Burp was probably the best naming I've ever done. It looks like it's got a little bit of a Red Hood vibe to it. Good dude, not Jason. Oh, no. Okay. All right. So, the Red Hood, his mask, his face thing, is what color? Red. So, obviously, to avoid suspicion, who would suspect Blueface? Who would suspect Blueface to be Blueface Donovan? Who would expect Blueface to be the Red Hood? Chapter 0, 1980, prologue. We've also got the stats. Let's look at the stats. We got aggro, which I guess means aggression. Nerve, secrecy, physical, thought, stability, accuracy. Ooh. We got order. We got right, left, liberty. Ooh, interesting. These don't necessarily oppose each other, but we'll hang here for right now, okay? All right. Near to... It is exactly like Sir Brante. This is awesome. I love this. Okay, I am so excited. And then relations, there should be nobody... Ooh. Okay, we got Dad. We're going to read about Dad, okay? My father worked at the port. Gotcha. He was the president of the city's... Stevedores Union chapter. The patrons that dealt with him said that Frank Donovan was a stubborn man. They were right. Gotcha. And as usual, you guys know I don't blur out the game, but I won't say the words myself. My mom, Esther Donovan. Oh, Dad was Frank. Mom is Esther. My mother didn't look at all like the postcard housewife of the 1950s. Mom had a strong character. I'm not saying by that my mother wasn't kind and loving, but overall she was a tough and fair person. And then we got Paul, brother. Paul was my older brother. We were only a year apart. We almost looked like twins, like two peas in a pod. Another child in the house at that age meant everything. A friend, confidant, and a playmate. So everybody's at 0? Cool. Let's freaking do this! My channel has purpose again! I mean, obviously my faith stuff, but, you know. I want to see if I can turn the page with a hotkey. I cannot. That's okay. Chapter 0, 1980, the prologue. December 22nd, 1980, any given night. I'm freezing my butt in here. Must have been out on the streets for 3 hours now at the corner of 6th and Rollins, 2 blocks from where I grew up. I'm looking at the Irish pub window through my binoculars. Keen's. I used to come here when I was a kid. The owner had a peculiar Irish name. Ciaran, or Ciaran. I'm going with Ciaran. Oh. Kieran. Cool. Kieran Keene. As a kid, I always found his full name hilarious. The 3 people I've been keeping an eye on for weeks are here today. Dominic Tanner O'Toole, Carson Bennett, and Alyssa Marchand. 3 cops, all dirty. Lieutenant Cesney, I'm guessing on all these names, tipped me off about them. They run some kind of underground radar unit, call themselves Stronghold. Interesting. Okay, they call themselves Stronghold. Boom, boom, boom. They began small, sticking up small-time dealers. But somehow it snowballed into gun trafficking, blackmailing, protective witnesses, and extortion. The Stronghold offers protection, they say. They believe they own this city. They have no remorse, and they hide behind their badges. It sickens me. That's why I've been patiently waiting outside while I watch them getting hammered at Keen's. In their weekly ritual, as I suspected, it's where they split the money they make with Stronghold. Oh, this is already amazing. I love it. Drunk cops in an Irish pub. F me, these guys are a living cliche, for God's sake. I could have gone after them, one by one, but I need to send a message to all 3 of them at once. This Stronghold BS ends today, and they'd better acknowledge it. As I wait for the 3 cops to leave the pub, I do what I always do when I'm about to make a move. I mentally repeat the code to myself. It's something I put down in this journal before even my first night out. Guidelines, some principles, some red lines. Okay. The first red line was about lethality. How far was I willing to go to impose justice? Could I justify killing, even in self-defense or the defense of others? All right, I've made a decision. Yeah, all right. We've got no deaths. Ooh, I would love... Okay, I don't think I'm going to do it right now for the demo, but when the full game drops, I'm going to remove the consequences because I don't want to see the consequences. As a matter of fact, here we go. I'm going to use my phone on its stand to block the consequences. I don't want to see them. And I don't think you guys can see them either. I think my face is at least covering up some of them. We've got no deaths under no circumstances. We have the ends justify the means. Whoever stands in my way is taking a risk. And then we've got just the bad guys. If I have to choose between me and the criminals, it's clear to me who's going down. That's my place. Just the bad guys. I don't consider myself a cold-blooded killer, but that's the way things are. The rule applies only to bad guys, though. No innocents and no law enforcement. No way. Law enforcement doesn't include these Stronghold guys. They've been out of the protect and serve business for a long time. The second red line was about privacy. Would I keep living a normal life after this? Would I face the struggle on my own, or would I need help from someone else? As was my need for justice, was my need for justice more important than my private life? I made a decision. We've got no one must know. I'll probably need help or spread the word. All right, for me, no one must know is not an option. That's just going to end very poorly. If everyone knows, then I feel like that leads too close to chaos. Because mob mentality is scary. I don't think I would mind having the help of a few people. Not a lot, but just a few people here and there. All right. Ooh, let's see how this affected my stats. Anything yet? Ooh, okay. Stability. I forgot. I'm a little bit sane. Discreet. I'm a little bit striking. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Oh, yeah. The Vigilante. Blue-faced Donovan. No one shall know when I don my red mask. My mission is too complicated to be carried out by one person. I need allies. Honest, loyal people who believe in what I do. If someone wants to help me, I'm more than willing to accept it. Yep. The third red line was about my ideology. What was I doing? And what was the ultimate goal of my actions? Was I trying to set an example or open the eyes of society? I made a decision. We've got principles. America is no more. Holy crap. For order, society is crumbling. For equality, crime always hits the working class harder. Or for liberty, the system is rotten. Goodness. Okay. Alright, so this is... I feel like this game was definitely put together by somebody I politically disagree with. Because my principles would say that America is still worth fighting for. Like, two of these options are just, I'm not here for. I would probably go, out of this list, I would go for order. So I'm going to go for order. Society is crumbling. It has no values. Nobody cares about anybody anymore. And that means a green light for crime. This cannot be permitted. Okay, this sounds good. And if the authorities do nothing and the government does nothing, then it's up to us citizens to do something. It's time to bring order to the streets. Okay, that's okay. Maybe I'm wrong. That right there is literally like what the founding fathers said. All right, the three cops finish their last round, pay at the counter, and leave. O'Toole and Bennett smoke outside, sheltering from the snow beneath the pub's marquee. Markland waits patiently. She's the only non-smoker. I assess the situation. Two of them are drunk as a skunk. That's good. But I'm sure the three of them are armed. That's bad. Better act fast and take advantage of the element of surprise. All right. In other circumstances, three cops would mean big trouble. But that's why I've waited for this moment. I need the three of them to be plastered. Still, I doubt dealing with Stronghold can be solved without violence. Cool. I hope my brass knuckles and combat knife will be enough, but I always carry the unregistered .38 revolver just in case. Yeah, I think it was put together by somebody I disagree with. Oh well. I check the cylinder to make sure it's loaded. I'm ready. O'Toole and Bennett toss their cigarette butts on the ground. The three of them walk to where they parked the car near 7th. I know the area. The shortest route is an alley by Keene's. The perfect place for me to intercept them. I don't show up with a smoke bomb or hanging off a roof or any of that BS. I'll probably break my neck if I did. I just cover my face and turn the corner to block their way. Hoo 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 hoo. Okay, I'm not a lunatic or a madman. And I don't pretend to be America's public enemy #1. But most of all, I don't want to get caught and fried in the electric chair. That's why I don't want to be identified. That's why I cover myself with. I've got a ski mask. I chose what I felt was the most effective. I don't like that. My own custom mask. Ooh, that's cheesy. A hood and bandana. The most inconspicuous outfit. Or a costume mask. I chose the most eye-catching. No, we're not doing that. We're probably going to go the hood and the bandana. Though the custom mask. It's not time for the custom mask. We're going to go the hood and the bandana. There we go. When I began my mission, it was clear to me. I couldn't go around drawing attention. A hoodie to cover my head and a bandana to cover my face. That was perfect. It was lightweight and I could put it on and take it off with ease. In the blink of an eye, I'd just be another guy jogging through McKinley Park. All right, Carson Bennett, corrupt cop. Bennett, the tall one, the first to notice me, he frowns. He's not sure he sees what he's looking at. Yeah, O'Toole. Isn't that the masked guy, the a-hole? He says. He chuckles. He is really smashed. And then we got Dom O'Toole. O'Toole looks me up and down and he nods and says my name. Is the one I chose. Something that would strike fear into the hearts of criminals. Is just the name the press gave me. The name doesn't mean anything. I'm going to go with that. It doesn't mean anything. Because I'm not looking for fame here. The hood. I'm no idiot. I never intended to go around singing what I did. But as soon as I became known, the media gave me a nickname, of course. Ticks me off and makes me look like a lunatic. It would be worse if I went around using an alias like I was one of Dad's comics. You! Bennett laughs. What the F do you want? Markland is silent. She's the least drunk of the three. O'Toole's the leader. Bennett is the muscle. But Markland is the brains, no doubt. I step forward. Can't draw my gun because I guess I'm not just shooting everybody. I'm interested. Yeah, aggression needs to be greater than 1. I am not very... Okay, I can either threaten them. I'm here to send you to hospital. All 3 of you. Ooh. Let's see what we got so far. What we got. We're not very aggressive. Okay, so nothing has changed. We're at the hood. Blueface Donovan. If I just threaten them, then it's nothing. But if I warn them, there's a chance they'll back off. Or that they'll... Now, they probably won't. So I think I'll threaten them. Because they've dealt with this before. O'Toole and Bennett burst out laughing. Markland doesn't. She's been staring at me since I showed up. She doesn't drink as much as the other 2. That's too bad. Then O'Toole pulls out a knife. I see the gleam of the blade out of the corner of my eye. It looks brand new. Oh, right. Now I get the Tanner nickname. You're not even worth wasting an effing bullet on. I didn't expect this, but a knife is always better than a gun. No, it is not. Okay, that's one thing. No, it is not. It is not, it is not, it is not, it is not. Knife is always better than a gun. They definitely don't take me seriously. That's good. If a knife comes out, somebody's getting cut. Okay? If a gun comes out, doesn't necessarily mean somebody's getting shot. I won't solve this by talking, that's for sure. I can either draw my revolver or I can go hand to hand. I'm not going hand to hand. Okay, I'm going to do this fast. Draw my revolver. This isn't going to be like the Westerns. I'm not going to fan the hammer and leave 3 smoking corpses. I've been in enough shootouts in my life to know what it's like. Decided who I'm going to shoot first. We got the enormous drunk guy. Woman at the back with her eyes fixed on me. Now I'm going to... Well, this is a predicament. Because I'm either going to get stabbed or I'm going to get shot. I'm going to assume that she's potentially... You take out the threat first. I'm going to shoot Dom. Without saying a word, I shoot O'Toole point blank. He looks down at his chest confused. Blood begins to soak his coat. What the... He whispers before falling to the ground unconscious. All right, and Alyssa, I guess it's Marchand. All right, Marchand yells, Bennett, cover me! Bennett raises his eyes and ducks for cover. Before I have time to pull the trigger again, Markham pulls out Beretta 92F and opens fire on me. I figured that would happen. I jump behind a dumpster. Marchland fires 3 shots and is about to hit me with a 3rd. She can definitely shoot. She and Bennett take turns firing and taking cover while moving towards me. This isn't going to end well, not at all. F it, I start running in the opposite direction at full speed. I don't even look back to see if I'm being chased or not. I took out the boss. That's not terrible. I don't even look back to see if I'm being chased or not. I just run like a bat out of heck down 10th and Pierce, hoping not to hear the sound of a gun going off behind me. That memory on the plains 40 miles from Saigon pops into my head. So I've done some crap already. Interesting. I run a few blocks and turn a couple corners. I change my clothes and remove my mask. To say that didn't go the way I'd hoped is an understatement. I doubt Stronghold feels threatened by what happened tonight. I don't know. We kind of shot the boss. I've wasted weeks of surveillance. Lieutenant Chesney will not be amused. What the F? I have to be more careful. This can't happen again. Okay. Well, let's see what happened. My secrecy went down. Physical and thought are, not. They're not great. I'm closer to order. Cool. I've not moved any direction right or left. I do show myself being fairly sane, and my accuracy is pretty sharp. Cool. I'm guessing the more that I shoot, the better.
Vigilante terrorizes city streets. 3 police officers attacked. The Observer headline. Morning edition. Next to a composite sketch. Well, whoever drew it managed to get a pretty accurate description of my outfit. I've been sloppy. I gotta be more careful. Yeah, the terrorizes thing wasn't exactly what I was expecting. But I wasn't expecting high praises for what I do either. I should use that to my advantage in any case. Terrorizes. So, I guess the city is afraid of me.
All right. Is that it? Is that... Oh, no, that's not the whole thing already, is it? Don't be the whole thing already. Yes! Okay. Whew. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop here. Okay? I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to split it into another part. Because I want more episode. I want more than one episode of this. I love gaming again. I need this kind of game. This is my kind of game. If you know of another game like this, please tell me. I will play it. I will buy it. This is my kind of game. I bought Sir Brante. I will buy this when the full game is released. This is what I love. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. And we'll hear more about Blueface and the Red Hood. I'm sure the Red Hood will come eventually. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you later. Peace out.